When I was a kid, my dad said something to me that's always stuck. He said, "Son, sometimes lures are made to catch fishermen more than fish." Hello folks, my name is Brendan Miller, and today I am going to be reviewing the Banjo Minnow, and we're going to find out, is it all that it's cracked up to be? So, the Banjo Minnow. Ever since I was a kid, I heard about this legendary lure. It was supposedly the most realistic bait you could buy, and it could outfish live bait. Recently, I bought some Banjo Minnows, and I did an unboxing, and I got a lot of mixed comments. Some people were like, "Is this a joke? Are you seriously unboxing this bait? These things are trash. They're a hoax. They're not that great." And then I had other people that were like, "This bait is the best bait in the world. It's caught me a 10-pound bass. People just don't know how to fish it right." So it seems like there's a lot of debate about whether this bait is good or terrible. I actually heard some people say that it is the worst fishing lure ever made. Today, we are going to find out if that is true. I've been fishing with the Banjo Minnow now for a couple of weeks, and I have come to a conclusion. So let's talk about things that I like and dislike. The first thing I do not like about the Banjo Minnow is the way that it is marketed. It uses these really hyped up infomercials that say it's like the best lure ever made, and they show like videos of it swimming through a tank and big bass smoking it. To me, when I see something like that, I'm automatically thinking hoax, or not as good as they're saying, but that's just my opinion. Now, when I got the Banjo Minnow and I unboxed them, I found that the plastic on them is very stiff. I would have liked this plastic to be a little bit more soft and pliable. I think it would help out with the action a lot. Another thing I do not like about the Banjo Minnow is the way you rig it. You have to insert this little eyepiece into the head and then hook your hook into a little part on the nose. And it just seems like a lot of hassle. Why can't you just take a hook and just rig it straight to the nose like other baits? One thing I do like about the Banjo Minnow is the amount of baits you get for the price. You pay $14 on Amazon and you get like 100-something baits. That is actually pretty cool. I wish other companies would do the same. Another problem I have with the Banjo Minnow is that the eyes that you use to rig it up with, they have like this little slot where you put your hook into. That breaks super easy. In fact, when I was unboxing the baits, I found that 2 of these were already broken just during shipping. And I was trying to rig one up right here. As you can see, it just snapped right off. This is not a good thing. You know, if a big fish hit your bait, it has the potential to actually break that off, and that is not good. Let's talk about the action of the Banjo Minnow, because this is supposedly what makes this bait so good. Now, I found that depending on what size Banjo Minnow you use, you're going to get different actions. If you use the longer ones, you're going to get a little bit of a stiffer action, but it's still not bad. As you can see in this video, the bait does dart side to side and then slowly sink. That is very appealing to bass. It does in fact look like a dying minnow, and that is a good thing. I found that using the smallest ones definitely yielded the best action on a small hook. Alright, I've talked enough. Let's take this bait out and see if I can catch a fish with it. Big fish. Big fish. Oh, better fish, anyway. I don't know how big he is. He's big. He's decent size. Well, not too big. Felt big. Get up here. Banjo Minnow bass right here, boys. Guys, check that out. That's a better fish right there. And I want you to look at something. Look at the Banjo Minnow. It is down its gullet. This guy inhaled the Banjo Minnow right there. So, we can determine that the Banjo Minnow does catch fish. There's one. Feels a little better. Nice. another fish on the Banjo Minnow. Let me show you. Right there it is. Cool, cool, cool. Cool deal, guys. I mean, I was a little skeptical about the Banjo Minnow, you know, at first, but it's catching me fish, and that's a good thing. So guys, as you saw, I did in fact catch a couple nice fish on the smallest size Banjo Minnow. Now, can I say that this is the worst lure ever made? No, it's not. The bait actually performs fairly well. Even if the eyes break a little bit, you can still rig it through the nose with a normal hook, and it still has some decent action. So the question I have to ask myself is, will I be using the Banjo Minnow for future fishing trips? And my answer is probably not. Here's the reason. I can go out and buy Zoom Super Flukes or any type of soft plastic jerkbait, rig it through the nose, and get the same type of action. I don't need to specifically use the Banjo Minnow. And for that reason, it is not very practical for me to use it. Thanks for watching this episode of Brendan's Fabulous World of Fishing. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to the channel. It always helps. As always, this is Brendan Miller, signing out.